Well, I think you may have noticed that number 43 ended rather abruptly and certainly fluffily. I'll try to redeem it by starting with a new one, number 44, and retracing our steps a bit. Kamala taught him that lovers should not separate from each other after making love without admiring each other, without being conquered as well as conquering, so that no feeling of satiation or desolation arises, nor the horrid feeling of misusing or having been misused. He spent wonderful hours with the clever, beautiful courtesan, and became her pupil, her lover, her friend. Here with Kamala lay the value and meaning of his present life, not in Kamaswami's business. The merchant passed on to him the writing of important letters and orders, and grew accustomed to conferring with him about all important matters. He soon saw that Siddharta understood little about rice and wool, shipping and trading, but that he had a happy knack, and surpassed the merchant in calmness and equanimity, and in the art of listening and making a good impression on strange people. "This Brahmin," he said to a friend, "is no real merchant, and he will never be one. He is never absorbed in the business, but he has the secret of those people to whom success comes by itself, whether it is due to being born under a lucky star, or whether it is magic, or whether he has learned it from the samanas. I don't know. He just always seems to be playing at business. It never makes much impression on him. It never masters him. He never fears failure. He is never worried about a loss." The friend advised the merchant, "Give him a third of the profits of the business which he conducts for you, but let him share the same proportion of losses if any arise. He will thus become more enthusiastic." Kamaswami followed his advice, but Siddharta was little concerned about it. If he made a profit, he accepted it calmly. If he suffered a loss, he laughed and said, "Oh well, this transaction has gone badly." He did, in fact, seem indifferent about business. Once he traveled to a village in order to buy a large rice harvest. When he arrived there, the rice was already sold to another merchant. However, Siddharta remained in that village several days, entertained the farmers, gave money to the children, attended a wedding, and returned from the journey completely satisfied. Kamaswami reproached him for not returning immediately, for wasting time and money. Siddharta replied, "Do not scold, my dear friend. Nothing was ever achieved by scolding. If a loss has been sustained, I will bear the loss. I am very satisfied with this journey. I have become acquainted with many people. I have become friendly with a Brahmin. Children have sat on my knee. Farmers have showed me their fields. Nobody took me for a merchant." "That is all very fine," admitted Kamaswami reluctantly, "but you are in fact a merchant. Or were you only traveling for your pleasure?" "Certainly I traveled for my pleasure," laughed Siddharta. "Why not? I have become acquainted with people and new districts. I have enjoyed friendship and confidence. Now, if I had been Kamaswami, I should have departed immediately, feeling very annoyed when I saw I was unable to make a purchase, and time and money would indeed have been lost. But I spent a number of good days, learned much, had much pleasure, and did not hurt either myself or others through annoyance or hastiness. If I ever go there again, perhaps to buy a later harvest or for some other purpose, friendly people will receive me, and I will be glad that I did not previously display hastiness and displeasure. Anyway, let it rest, my friend, and do not hurt yourself by scolding. If the day comes when you think, this Siddharta is doing me harm, just say one word, and Siddharta will go on his way. Until then, however, let us be good friends. Ai, die Siddharta, die arme Kamaswami.